Oh, yes. Welcome back, everybody, to the VidIQ channel audit live stream with a screen that's just looking at you, and it shouldn't be there. So let's hide it. Here I am. I'm trying to ignore that slight technical glitch, which I always have at the very beginning of every single live stream. Let me first of all say a huge thank you to Dan and Viper for taking care of the live stream last week while I and several others were away on our travels, but I'm afraid you'll have to put up with the B team this week. We are giving Dan and Viper a rest. So here I am, your host, Rob Wilson, for the next couple of hours as we open up our educational doors and welcome you into our lecture hall, our classroom, our theater of learning as we share our wisdom, our knowledge, and experiences as we look at your channels and hopefully help you grow your YouTube channels. But of course, I could not do this without a wonderful collection of guests. And as I saw, bopping to the music in the background as we were going live, it is Jeff. Yeah, I saw a little bobblehead going on there. It's just music you can't stop jiving to, isn't it?
That's right. Hello there, everyone.
Hello there, Jeff. Welcome to the Channel Audit live stream. I don't know if you noticed this, but on Twitter, we actually managed to meet in person last week in San Francisco for a little bit of strategy day stuff with VidIQ. And I don't know if Sinogard is watching, but I think he got a personal message from us.
That's
so
right.
He's very, very lucky. Welcoming back is our resident arcade expert. He is a man with Pac-Man. He's also got, I don't know, what else is there, Travis? You got Pac-Man, have you got Street Fighter, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I mean, that's on the big one. I got all that stuff.
Tron.
Everything.
Tron, yeah. It is Travis. Hello to you in your arcade room. How you doing?
What is going on, everybody? Hope everyone's having a great day. Here we go.
Here we go. And we've got just one last person we need to introduce. It is our Pinterest jabber. She's just constantly jabbing people with her Pinterest strategies, but also here for some YouTube channel auditing as well this week. Return visit, I think, number 4. It is JJ Gap.
Hey, everyone.
Hey.
Representing the low tech.
That's all right. We're not here for our production quality on the cameras because mine's going to fall over at some point. They're here for our channel auditing wisdom. And of course, a few shout outs, which I think we should do right now. I'm just going to flash these on screen. And first of all, Jeff, you can say hello to the following people that include
Juande T. Bryan. Hopefully I didn't mess that up. Abhijit Kumar. What's up, man? How's it going?
I promise you I'm not picking the really difficult ones to pronounce.
Simulator Adventures. He's purposely picking the difficult ones. Daryl ND. What's up, man? How's it going?
And Travis, who are you going to say hello to?
Calvin's in the house. See you, Calvin. What's going down?
Oh,
got nice. Michelle Morris Art. Cool. What's going on? And Potato. I like that.
Yep.
Hot for toe.
Hot for toe.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how to pronounce that one either.
And the Mixter in the house.
All right, JJ, it's going to be your turn. Here we go. You are going to say hello to the following people that include.
What's up, Royald? Nice to see you. Hey, Stick IQ. It's flip on VidIQ.
Yeah. I wonder what you learn at Stick IQ.
I know, right?
Intriguing one there.
Hey, Mama K and Charlene. I hope that was right. Dad and Cat. That was easy.
And last, but certainly not least, hey, we got a personal hello here from
Kidap Studios.
All right, then I'm going to say hello to the following that include Giorgio. I think that's right. Also, Pico Productions saying hello also to the Powerful Mindsets, the Faceless Chef UK. And of course, we could not do this with, I'm giving myself one here.
Oh, wow.
Mao Vat Kong Nye. I'm going to say hello to you. Let us know percentage-wise how close I was to pronouncing your name correctly. All right, folks. If you are new here to the Tuesday Channel Audit live streams, do let us know if you are. If you are a regular here, do please welcome in all those new visitors to this live stream, and I'll explain how this works in 60 seconds. Welcome to the VidIQ Channel Audit live stream, where we review your YouTube channels. There are 2 links in the description, one for gaming channels, one for non-gaming channels. Make sure you submit every week as we clear the form after every live stream. Channel audits are 100% free, so please don't send us any super chats expecting to receive an audit. And don't waste your time asking for one in the chat. If there are any alternative ways to get picked for an audit, such as memes, we will let you know during the live stream. If we can't audit your channel today, VidIQ has a channel audit tool working 24/7 for you. If you haven't already installed VidIQ, download it now for free. A link is in the description, and make sure to take advantage of our free 30-day trial. If you submit your channel for audit, expect the following. We are sharing nothing more than our knowledge, our experience, and our passion as fellow YouTube creators. It's up to you whether or not you take our advice. There are tons of links to lots of useful resources in the video description. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Share this live stream with another fellow creator who may find it useful. And finally, moderators, thank you for everything that you do every single week. All right, let's do this. Final bits of housekeeping as my camera falls over. We continue to support charitable causes through our live streams, and this week we are supporting Team Seas. They are trying to raise $30 million in order to remove 30 million pounds of trash from oceans. So if you do give us any super chats, it goes directly to that cause. Thank you very much in advance. We get hundreds of channel submissions every single week. Unfortunately, we can't audit all of your channels. So we see this as a collective discussion about channels in general, which means that we talk a lot about fundamentals. So what I recommend you do, if you can, is bring up a second screen where you can look at your channel as we're auditing all types of channels, different shapes, sizes, and channel size, because no doubt we will talk about channel focus and thumbnails, and these are things that everybody can apply to their YouTube channels. And one final thing, yes, tantalizingly, it's here. This is the 1 million subscriber play button, which is still boxed right now. We're not going to unbox it in this live stream, but tomorrow, during our Wednesday Q&A live stream, we're going to unbox it. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so. To get a notification, we'll be setting up a live stream straight away after this. So do make sure to join us for the unboxing of... nice. I still don't know where I'm going to put it, because as you can see, that box is clearly too big for these shelves. So how I'm going to work that out, I just don't know. But that's a conversation for another day. In the meantime, Jeff, JJ, Travis, shall we audit some channels?
Yes, we shall.
All right, then. So the first channel that's submitted this week, as always, in the form, we audit first. And that channel goes by the name of Vari Studios TV. And I'll let Travis start off with just first impressions and let others have a little bit of time to digest it and then chime in with what they think.
So it's interesting. So this is about Demon Slayer, I guess. I don't really know what that is. I guess an anime. But what's interesting is I literally had a conversation with someone earlier today about this exact thing, talking about details you missed in. And 3 in a row, they did that. It's really a great idea. It's something you see pretty often. I think the biggest one recently was the details you missed in Squid Games. There's a bunch of videos that did that.
Oh yeah,
I love that. I think this sort of thing is evergreen, and if the subject matter itself is big enough, it can really do great things for your channel. And you really can use this in a lot of different things: movies, TV shows, games. Like, you can use this type of concept in a lot of different ways, and it works really well.
Yeah. So let's go a little bit into the detail then, Travis, of, I guess, the thumbnails and why certain elements have been used in these details you missed thumbnails. It's obviously something really striking here.
Yeah,
I wonder if
it's the same.
It's
the same concept that most of the details you missed videos use, where they have like a little circle, kind of a zoom in, and kind of a pointing on something that's kind of clear but not clear. It's a really strategic use of the thumbnail to get people to be intrigued into what's going on. Like, you might have a general idea of what's going on, but you don't have enough information to know for sure. So the only way to find out is to click the video. So
yeah,
really, really cool usage of the thumbnail and the idea behind it.
Yeah.
So what we have here is not only like a video topic, which is clearly anime, but also a video format of these listicles, detailed you missed. And although the sample size is relatively small, just 3 videos that have used this strategy, definitely in terms of the thumbnails, these do have slightly more views than what else is on the channel. This one as well, 10 details you missed, it's got 1,000 views. So we're thinking that this kind of thumbnail style is working, but maybe how can the creator reach a broad audience? And this isn't just a question for you, Travis, it's for the entire crew here. What do you think?
I mean, to reach a broader audience, they would have to probably reach outside of their particular niche. They would have to hit something or hit on a video or movie or show that has mass market appeal. Would be the fastest way to reach a more general audience. This is the strategy that you see from channels like New Rockstars, who do similar type of content to this, but at a much higher level. And they're reaching there, they're talking about Squid Games, they're talking about Marvel, they're talking about, whatever is new, whenever is like super trendy, they're hitting on those to capture the wave of traffic that's already on YouTube.
I would just recommend that they work on the banner. I just saw that the title was so small, I squinted my eyes, I could barely read what these words were. So if they were up to updating the banner, or just less words and just make it to the point. And I don't like that logo for the profile photo in the middle there, because it really doesn't do much for it, and it takes away from the background, which is more interesting to me. So I would get rid of this logo in the center altogether and just bring up some words and make them bigger, and just 3 or 4 or 5 words, but no more than that's just a lot right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Interesting that you bring up the conversation of the banners, because I did actually post a poll asking if people had updated their channel banner this year, and 2/3 of people have updated their channel banner this year. But maybe this is one that's primed for a little bit of updating in that sense. I just want to go back to your question, your thoughts a little bit, Jeff. Do you think it's wise to go beyond animation, or do you think maybe that the creator needs to look at a popular anime that maybe is just being released,
right,
and focus on that in terms of details they've missed?
Yeah, no, for sure. I would more than anything else, I would start looking at other animation, keep it within the animation realm, but also be okay with expanding outside of anime per se, because they could be talking about, well, at least when it was trendier, they could have been talking about What If, Marvel's What If, or also on Disney Plus Visions, Star Wars Visions, which is also anime style, but it's about Star Wars. So, basically go into something that's going to have a bit more search traffic, a bit more search traffic, but something more trendy. And there's always going to be newly released animes that they could talk about. And there's no reason why they can't do that.
All right, then. Unless we have anything else to add to Vari Studios TV, I think we got a couple of pieces of advice there in terms of a channel banner and continuing to do what they're doing with the video format, but perhaps finding animes or content which is a little more accessible to a broader audience, just to get that, not necessarily a viral hit, but something that's going to reach a wider audience, and then hopefully they're going to stick around for more of your details you missed stuff. I'm also interested to see how this one's going to perform over time, because it looks like you've gone almost to the extreme. You're doing 10 details missed. Now you've gone for 50 details missed. But I don't know about you, Travis. Would you agree that maybe the thumbnail is a little less impactful here, just because the arrows and the circles are a little smaller than these ones over on the right-hand side? I
think also the thing about arrows in a thumbnail is you really should only be using one. If you do 2, sometimes it's too much.
Yeah.
I agree.
The most interesting thing and point at that. And the most interesting thing should also be kind of clear, but not really. Like, again, if you're pointing at something and you can tell exactly what it is, and you're like, oh, okay, I get it, then they don't necessarily have to watch your video. You want something that's kind of intriguing, kind of like, is that what I think it is? Let me click it. So, and you see it in those Squid Game video thumbnails. It's the little same thing. Like you can see it highlighting something and you think you know what it is, but you're not real sure. So you have to watch the video to know for sure.
And another small aspects of this thumbnail, again, these are like tiny things that you can tinker with. It's just a bit of negative blank space here that's not really being utilized. And I know it's in the other ones, but you are using a little bit of text in your thumbnails to maybe emphasize the point a little bit while still leaving a bit of intrigue. So, sometimes we talk about more text, less text. It looks as if in your thumbnails, a little bit of text seems to be more successful. So just small things to maybe test around on with your thumbnails. That is Vari Studios TV. Let's move on to the first gaming channel that's submitted this week. Everyone gets cold sweats right about now as they think, oh, it's a gaming channel. How are we going to cope with this? But we're going to try our best and look at Lee4EQ. And that's how I'm going to pronounce your game and channel. And if we subscribe to you, we are promised donuts. How logistically do you make that work? I'm really interested to know. First impressions, then, I am seeing shorts of a Fortnite variety, but also occasionally a little bit of random stuff. I don't know why there's a bicycle kick from a soccer game there. And my guess is that's probably not your copyrighted content to use unless you've transformed it in a huge way. But then we've got gaming setups. We've also got a little bit of Forza that's been covered here as a longer form piece of content. So at the moment, this kind of just looks like a creator that's trying to find their way in the gaming space, and maybe they haven't quite found it just yet. General thoughts from the rest of you as I just scroll up and down the channel?
Yeah, general focus, I think, probably needs to be worked on a little bit. And I get that we play different video games. I play different video games. I'm sure Rob plays different video games. But I think more than anything else, what you're going to want to do is really focus in on one. Doesn't mean you can't play the other games. It just means don't record yourself playing the other games. So I think more than anything else is really just leaning into the one that's doing best for you, and sort of sticking with that.
Can you do a filter by the most popular?
I certainly can, yeah, because I was going to ask that. They've got 750 subscribers. So has there been one or two videos that have really jumped out and caused people to subscribe?
Very memey. It's all shorts and kind of meme-ish type thing. There's no real value proposition across them. There eventually becomes some gaming content there, but again, I mean, with shorts, there's not a lot of reason to subscribe to a channel for an 8-second video. If you've seen what you've seen, and shorts in general are kind of difficult to gain a lot of subscribers from, unless your content is something unusual. Like you might get a lot of views on something, but it doesn't mean anyone's going to subscribe for it. They've seen the thing and then, okay, it's cool. Things that are unique, kind of like what Jake Feldman does, where you can only see it there, different story. But for the most part, like shorts are, as you can see here, tons of views on shorts for the channel, but it's not like all of these are converting to subscribers.
Yeah, I guess I'll be interested to see what the return viewers are on these, and how often people are coming back to the content, irrespective of subscribers. And it doesn't really seem as if the creator is able to capture that audience on a regular basis. I guess what would be the intent of each of these shorts? Are some of them just like amazing moments? Are some of them comedy? Are some of them memes? Are some of them educational? I'm wondering if there's a certain style of content that viewers watch more. And again, probably sorting by the most popular. Each of these seem to be ones where they're kind of relating to something interesting or insane that's happened within the game of Fortnite. And I'm wondering if you're trying to touch that emotional point with the viewers each time that you publish a short.
Yeah, shorts are just a really interesting and still kind of, I mean, still a new traffic source. So even though it's becoming more mature now, in the overall scheme of YouTube, it's still very new. But you have to think about the viewer. Like, what is the viewer doing? What is the viewer getting out of this? A lot of times, shorts viewers are just flipping through their phone. They have a couple minutes. They want to check on something and watch 4 or 5 videos, and they move on. They're not really looking to subscribe to anything. They're just kind of looking for funny things. So if that's what you want to provide, cool, no problem.
Yep.
If you're trying to build your channel off of it, then you've got to kind of go at it a little
I
differently.
think what I will say is that I think they've got the right idea with shorts. Each of them are, forgive a pun, but actually quite short. You know, you do have a 60-second limit, but the creator's not trying to use all of that time. They're trying to tell their story in the short in as efficient a time as possible. So you can see these 13 seconds, 10 seconds, 16 seconds. I think that is generally the right approach for this content. That is Lee for Queen. I still don't know how to pronounce that. All right, we're going to move on to the next channel. And while we're doing that, I might disappear off screen because I'm going to try and fix this camera, which keeps falling over. So, Jeff, you are going to take a look at more dirt, more distance, and then others chime in. I'll be back in a couple of seconds.
Sure. All right. And I think this one was Travis's pick, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, because it's an interesting kind of concept. So more dirt, more distance. I think that's an awesome title.
Mhm.
And it obviously has to do with like Jeeps. So the thing is, by the way, this kind of Jeep with a pickup truck thing is a newer type of Jeep. I always thought it looked kind of weird. But the thing is, like, you're being very specific with the type of viewership. So Jeep Gladiator. So that's what it's called. It's the kind of newer version of the Jeep. And the people who own that type of vehicle are going to, you know, when they see a channel that's specific to their vehicle, are definitely going to be more kind of engaged with it, more than just a car channel or a Jeep channel. Like you're being very specific to a core group of people. Now, of course, that's a smaller group of people than overall Jeep fans or overall truck fans or whatever, but it could be a really good place to start and get people really committed to your content. So now you got to think about all the cool things that people would want to know about their vehicles. So it looks like he's doing some of that. Don't wait to do the super easy install. That's great. Customize your Jeep with a new hood light. Like all of these things are great things to add on. And then he's doing how to change your oil. So there's some tutorial content. I think you just keep kind of leveraging this and keep hammering on all the things that a new owner of this vehicle can have, and even owners that have had it for a while can have. And I think this channel could really do some really interesting things.
No,
Don't let me stop you.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I mean, it's taking a smart approach. You're kind of going after sort of a niche market, but there's plenty of space here to grow, and there's plenty of space here with evergreen. Automotive evergreen content can work. I've done one automotive evergreen video on my channel, which I never unlisted because it's still getting views to this day. So, and that taught me that lesson. I'm like, wow. And it's just something dumb, just putting lights on my car. But because I actually showed people how to do it, people still watch it 3 years later. And it's a horrible video, but people still watch it. So there's a lot of room to be had there. Also, you know, for people who are looking at these types of channels monetarily, they do perform very well CPM wise. You know, far better than say tech or gaming, for instance. But it's very good, and it can also evolve. If your personality is strong enough, it can evolve. Like, let's say that at some point he grows and decides, you know what, I want to get a different kind of a Jeep, or, you know, whatever it might be. If your personality is strong enough, those people will come along that journey with you. I've seen this on many automotive channels where they start off with one community, one type of vehicle, but then they start introducing other cars, or maybe they change their car. But the people who are there for the original car, they stay with them because they like the personality and they want to be along this automotive journey with them. I'm one of those viewers. So yeah, I mean, I see a lot of potential for a channel like this. And overall, just to give them some critique on the thumbnails, they actually look fairly good overall. Like this quick lift install, the hood latch, this last one, the X across one light than the other. The one I kind of don't like is this Hell's Revenge one. The red with the black just doesn't really do it for me. But overall, yeah, I mean, I think he's doing pretty well.
I think the thumbnails are phenomenal. I think for the size of the channel and the way they're using text, you know, they use maybe 2 or 3 words max. They use a little bit of color variation to maybe emphasize one word or the other. And it's usually positioned really well. I guess I was looking at this one, Jeff, and I was thinking, I really like this thumbnail. Maybe what I like about it is the perspective, like this Jeep is trying to tackle this huge hill.
Yeah.
So maybe just the text itself just needs adjusting to a different color. Yeah, probably a strong white might be more effective there.
Yeah, I would say probably reverse of the next one where they done a black text with a white shadow. I would do a or a stroke. I would do white text with a black stroke just to make it. You just want to make it clear. Like red over black might look cool, and you're thinking hell, you know, whatever. Here's the thing: make it legible. Like, don't skip the BS, skip trying to make it look pretty. It's just keep it simple, make it legible. That's it.
I wanted to add, I like the fact they have playlists and they have like content buckets, which is a part marketing thing. So they have like the Jeep Adventure series, and then they have the Jeep Badge of Honor series. And so that's great because if there are people who are following these series, that's great for your next video view duration because they're already comfortable. They know what they're going to get. So when you do your very next video, they're more likely to watch it all the way through because they already know what they're getting. So I like that you set that up with that. What do you guys think about having the title of the series be in the front part of the title? Any thoughts on that?
Sorry, what was that? The title of a playlist in the videos?
No, the title. Yeah, the title of the playlist is the title of the playlist is also the title of each video in the playlist. So it says Jeep Badge Honor : and then something else. So what do you think about the effectiveness of that? Because that's the only thing I would be like, I don't know.
Oh, I see what you mean. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So like an example is these two videos are like a part of their playlist.
Yes.
For that one.
That's kind of a waste of space, to be
Right.
honest.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Thanks for catching that, JJ. That to me is a waste of space, to be completely honest, because you can have it in the playlist. You don't need to put the name of the playlist in the title of the video. It's just not necessary. So you can put that Jeep Badge of Honor in the description. You can say it in the video. You can even add it to the tags if you want to, but it's wasting space in your title because we only have so many characters to play with. And if you really want to make your titles effective, you want to get them to be short and easy to understand. So less than 50 characters if you can do it. And right now we're wasting a ton of characters by putting Jeep Badge of Honor in that title.
Couple of final things I wanted to point out here. Sorry, JJ, did you have?
No. I just said it's agreed because the first 50 characters is the most important, and you're kind of wasting it with the title. So I agreed with everything you said.
Yeah, all of these titles pretty much are cut off in some aspects. So like the front loading the intrigue is of course very important. The two things I wanted to note here are they have 700 subscribers, but it feels as if every single one of those subscribers is engaged in the content because this creator has painted the perfect avatar, and that they have probably male, probably 30 to 50 years old. This might be like their, I don't know, maybe their second car that's for a bit of adventuring, and they're obviously fans of Jeep, etc., etc. They've built almost like this perfect avatar of a perfect ideal person to watch their content, and it's a case of sometimes all of their subscribers will watch their content. Not always. You're just picking and choosing between maybe adventure type content and tutorials. And then, so going on to what you do next, I think, Jeff, you kind of alluded to this, is that the natural crossover would be enthusiasts of other, what would you describe this type of vehicle? It's not just an SUV. Is it a pickup or like a heavy pickup? What?
Off-road?
Would it be the off-roading?
So it's the thing is that this is the, like we were saying right as you were, I think you were off. This is the new Jeep. So it's weird. It's a new design for Jeep. And they basically took a Jeep and then put a pickup truck back on it, which is kind of weird. I thought it was weird looking.
Well, they had one like this back in the day.
Yeah, like way long time.
Way back in the day. Yeah. But yeah, so they brought it back. But yeah,
it's like a retro thing. So it is an interesting, like, it's a niche of a niche, but like I was saying in the earlier, I think it's a really interesting thing to start off with, because ideally, if you can get a lot of momentum going with this, you can then go out to like the broader niche of either trucks or Jeep itself within the brand, and then kind of from there and there and there as you grow. But it is a very specific group of people right now that they are targeting.
Yeah.
So if they didn't buy one of these, what would be the possible alternative? Would it be a Hummer or would it be an F-150?
That's a great question.
No,
because I'm thinking like the crossovers, like when you start to you can then start to compare this vehicle versus the next most likely vehicle that one of your perfect avatars would purchase, and that's how you get to broaden your audience a little bit.
The new Bronco, maybe.
And
then Ford's got a couple of new small pickups as well. So, I mean, there's obviously different options. And if you're thinking off-roading, I know a lot of people, there was a lot of hype around the new Bronco when it released, and they're still being, back ordered because of the shortages and stuff. So, but yeah, there's definitely so much room to do stuff within this space. And yeah, I mean, it's got me interested. I know for a fact that next time that I decide that I'm going to buy a car, I'm definitely going to start another channel for that vehicle for sure.
I think what we're trying to summarize here is that, and also the other thing I forgot to mention as well, I'm just mousing over the to see the previews. The production quality looks very, very high as well as you just scan over them, which is obviously going to lead to very high audience retention and continue to keep your audience engaged in the content, which is brilliant to see as well. So I think what we're saying in summary here is that the channel has fantastic focus with their current audience. The thumbnails are at a very high level. What do they need to do to take their channel to 1,000 subscribers and beyond? Because I think you're at that stage where you're looking to take the next steps. So all of the things that we've discussed hopefully will help you on that journey. Quick production update. I've given up on my camera. It's going to be tilted all day. So apologies if I kind of just Titanic style just fall off the screen. It's just not working out.
Are you going down with the ship?
I'm going to go down with this VidIQ ship.
That's all right.
Or not.
Sure,
all right, let's audit another channel. And I'm going to pick this one.
Almost at 700 subscribers since we were on them, by the way.
Should we just refresh? Let's do a refresh. Let's hope these people who have subscribed are going to watch their content.
Yeah, exactly. Don't just subscribe just because. Like,
right.
Yeah, actually watch.
All right.
Nice work.
Let's
see what we can do for Scythe Jamal's vlogs then, JJ.
Yeah, hey, Scythe Jamal vlogs. I picked this one because it's brand new, and I love the idea of catching somebody early on in their YouTube journey. They just started this channel like 3 days ago.
Yeah, welcome to YouTube.
Yeah, welcome to YouTube, man. So good first start, I think. I love the this person is a photographer and they're doing vlogs. And I did get a chance because you had a chance in events and they only have 3 videos. So it was really easy to look at all your videos because only 3 of them. So what I loved about the video quality anyway, you have really great video quality. Your editing transitions are great. I love he has a speed up sort of thing with vlogs. You know, sometimes vlogs can get boring because people just don't know. It's mundane. It's their life. But he has a great job when he's on a moped and they're traveling somewhere and he speeds up that footage. So it's really good for the person watching. So I'm going with you, but I don't have to go with you at your pace and your rate to get to the store. You can speed it up there. So I love that. And everything else, the typos are great. I wish you would bring them up. You don't have to have the title of your video in the thumbnail itself. So my first blog, Exploring Echo Park, Blog 1, that's the title of it's all those words are in your title. You don't need that. And then also for search purposes, when you first start, sometimes people are going to discover you for searching. So people might be searching for Echo Park, which is a specific park. I'm assuming, I'm not quite sure where you're from, but so that's a search thing, but no one's searching for my first blog. And then I don't know if you're famous where you're from, but Scythe Jamal vlogs, maybe no one's searching for that. Kolkata, I'm not quite sure what that is. People are searching for that. So early when you're first starting out, people are searching for you. So put those searchable terms in the title, but you don't need it in the vlog. And that's cool. I did like his teaser. He had a shorts teaser for that coming soon. That intrigued me. So I was like, oh yeah. So he's teasing up his second vlog with the fact that his first paid assignment as a photographer. I'm more interested in that. So that vlog 2 in your title is a waste of space. Take that off. My first paid assignment as a photographer is something that I would be interested in if I'm thinking about going into photography and I go to YouTube to see, hey, who else is just starting out? And I go search that up and your video shows up and I'm like, perfect. So if I don't see that first paid assignment as a what that's cut off, so that vlog 2 is like that's really killing you right there in terms of for search traffic anyway, which is the type of traffic you're going to get early on when you just started in your YouTube journey. But I like the lighting. However, when you got to the vlog is 15 minutes long, so you also need to work on editing going forward. Sometimes some stuff needs to be cut off. There's portions of your video when it's dark, you don't have a camera, the sunset, so you might even relying on natural light. And when the sun set, I couldn't see anything. So I don't even know what those people are talking about, who they are. I couldn't see that. So you can probably just condense that, edit that, remove that if you don't have a light. And maybe that's something you want to put in your holiday wish list or whatever like that, or your birthday list, or something that you want to get later on as a camera to put them out on top of a light to mount on top of your camera for when you're filming outdoors in the dark. And you're a photographer, so you know these things. So for YouTube, the same rules that apply in photography world applies YouTube world. You want to get the light on there. But yeah, that's all I have for you.
No, I agree. I'm not a fan of the multi-titled titles. So this applies to anybody who's watching right now. Everybody who's in the chat who thinks that, that we're only talking about these particular channels, this applies to many of you. Don't do multiple titles in your title. So she had JJ had an excellent point saying my first blog, cool story. Say that in the video, leave that out of the title, because that's not going to be important to somebody who finds your content. But don't use these multiple titles. So if it's going to be an Echo Park vlog, make it simple, but you don't need your channel name in there. You don't need that. You don't need my first vlog. Like, just keep it simple. You don't need all these multiple titles in this title. Just make it for a human being. Say, hey, Echo Park vlog during the day, or exploring Echo Park, whatever it might be. And if you're going to do the thumbnail style, that's also not necessary. You don't have to have the exact same wording there. Technically speaking, if you're showing a location like those pictures, show the picture. There's no need to block it with text or blur it out. It could actually look a little bit cleaner and be more intriguing, and might even improve your click-through rate on it. So, but just some tips, just some advice. But this is something that a lot of people can definitely make use of.
Yeah. First of all, welcome to YouTube. I think you started your channel was in December the 3rd, and this video has more than 50 views, and I think in the first 3 days. So for a channel just starting out, that's fantastic. But I think what we're highlighting here are the rookie mistakes, and that's absolutely fine. When you're starting YouTube, you're really passionate about making the content and making the video, and then unfortunately, sometimes the title and the thumbnail takes a bit of a backseat. So for this creator, this is something that I've just made a video about. I think it's coming out on Thursday. I'm trying to push people to really work or front load their efforts, in the sense that spend twice as long making thumbnails as you do now, whatever amount of time you spend, and make them half as complicated. So if we were going to remake this thumbnail, how might we remake it? I have a vision in my head that I would have like one of the best landmarks in this park, and I would have maybe myself as the hero of the YouTube channel, maybe holding a camera to accentuate the point that I'm a photographer taking an image of something in the park, punch it up with lots of nice colors and so forth. But that's just how I might do it. Other ideas on maybe an alternative thumbnail?
No, yeah, I agree. I mean, I think for myself, I wouldn't have done a split image. I would have done one of these two photos that he did, or that they did, and then zoomed in a little bit, whether it's the pagoda, whether it's that Eiffel Tower looking thing that's in the other one. It does
look like the Eiffel Tower, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Which is throwing me a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm not sure, but whatever that might be, if he's a photographer and a professional photographer, then take a cool shot from one of your pictures, 16:9 it, and put it up there. Bump up the saturation, make it look dope. But yeah, you don't need all this stuff. It's just too busy, man. Like I said, or like Rob said, some of these are rookie mistakes, which is totally fine. Totally fine. But a little bit of optimization can go a long way here.
And then if I want to say one more thing, the fact that you're a photographer, I'm sorry, people have talents and they don't realize the talents you have kind of gives you a leg up. So if you're a photographer, you have that leg up in terms of your thumbnails need to be amazing, because you're going to be taking better quality photos than the average person. Similarly, I told people, like people who are journalists or who have film, like broadcasting or other sort of acting experience in the past, when they come to YouTube, they have the leg up over everybody else who's just learning this from scratch. So yeah, take advantage of the fact that you're a photographer and make sure those thumbnails are like popping.
Okay, two things. We have more than 300 people watching this live stream right now, and yet somehow we only have 200 likes. So please, can you fix this?
Terrible.
Otherwise, shame.
That's right. Shame.
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 Second of all, let's say hello to JJ officially. JJ,
that's funny. I love the shame bell.
Channel.
Hey you guys, so my name is JJ. I love the shame and bell. That was great. Yeah, so I do Pinterest marketing. So it's a niche of a niche of a niche. The niche of digital marketing, the niche of social media marketing, which is Pinterest marketing. But recently I decided to pivot, and I also do YouTube growth strategies, because that's where the VidIQ and I met. We had met on Clubhouse, so we could start on Clubhouse, which is an audio only app where I give advice to brand new YouTubers, because I'm new myself, as you can see from my subscribers level. So I'm still growing just like you guys. And so I'm like, as I learn learn things, and I figure things out. I love to share it with other people. So that's what I do. That's what my whole channel is about. It's just like helping us decode the tips, tricks, and hacks of how to, when those algorithms like jack us up, when we think we know what we're doing, and then they go left and be like, dang it, you got to start all over again. So that's what I do on my channel. I try to say, okay, this is what's new. This is what they're doing. Let's keep up. So yeah. So
all right, and thank you for introducing yourself, JJ. A link is available to her channel in the description. Let's now get back to some channel auditing, if I can remember what buttons to press. The next channel we are going to look at is Board Games for One. I didn't know such a concept exists other than playing Minesweeper and Solitaire on Windows 95 back in the day. But those are even board games. So Jeff, you picked this one. Tell us a little bit more about this channel and what you think improvements could be made.
Sure. I actually don't know much about this channel at all. So it was just one of those where I saw it. I was like taking a look at it. I'm like, well, I think we could do some optimizing here to see if we can kind of help them along their way. Sure. So let's see here. Now we're looking a little bit at the thumbnails here. Now, thumbnail wise, it's a little bit on the busy side. And one of the things that I'm sort of noticing is this use of a white background, which is fine, but I'm just not sure if that's really working as well as, say, their darker colors, or like the black background for this alien, or the blue background for this wingspan, where it seems a little, I don't know, a little more colorful. Maybe, I don't know, the white one just kind of throws me off a little bit. That might just be me.
Just wondering, how does it look in light mode?
It doesn't help. Does not help. Yeah. So that's something I was kind of thinking about. And then like Board Game Cole, and it's pointing at an exit. And then we have what looks to be a pile of board games. I'm not sure if there was a better way to tell that story in the thumbnail. Maybe have one board game being thrown into a trash can. I don't know. I'm just kind of, trying to think of other ways around it to make it look a little less busy when we're doing this. Let's see here.
I just was looking at the whole picture of that thumbnail and story. Like, why do I as a viewer care about what games you are throwing away? Perhaps I would be more interested in board games I should avoid because they're generally rubbish, as opposed to this person's personal preferences. Again, it goes back to that conversation of never a new creator. Unfortunately, right now, viewers don't necessarily care about them and their thoughts if they try and pitch it in a thumbnail and a title. They're more interested in just the value of the content itself. And as you say, the picture of that one just doesn't feel quite right, does it?
Yeah, just something about it just doesn't tell me this. Like Board Game Cole, and even then, it's a very simple title, Board Game Cole 2021. But is there a way to make that even more elementary? Is there any way that we can dumb that down a little bit more? Even in the sense, like, getting rid of these games. Yeah, Cole, like, like a culling, like you're getting rid of stuff.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Though, yeah, you're gonna miss me on that. I don't even...
That's what I'm saying. It's literally like, I'm like, I know the word, but is there another way to say that would be much simpler? Like board games to get rid of. Like I'm talking about you for some of this stuff. What's the marketing thing? If you confuse, you lose. And you want to make it simple. You have to think about, just make it as simple as possible. Don't make me have to think about what you're trying to tell me. Make it so that I understand it immediately, because you have 1.8 seconds to get me to stop and click on your video. Make it simple. So it's already a short title, but is there a better way of doing this? So that's kind of the thing I'm sort of trying to think about here.
Why do you think possibly this one works more? Good number of views here for what seems to be like a similar listicle style video, but it's more about rare board games as opposed to ones that this creator is binning.
I can tell you why. As a mom who has kids, you telling me for $200 I can get all those board games, right? And so I know it's for solo, so it's really just him. But this is where you're getting different audiences other than the audience that your target. So I'm thinking, oh wow, okay. And also the word haul is really popular. It's a popular YouTube term because in the fashion industry and the makeup, and the people are always sharing their hauls, like what they got. So just generally, because it's a haul, that's one thing. That's a thumbnail thing because it's not even in the title. And then the fact that you're telling me I can get all those, so it's a picture, $200, I can get that. It tells me what I'm gonna get. So I want to know. And rare, and when you say rare, the sometimes people think, oh, maybe I'll be able to keep this and sell this later on when the kids grow up and I don't want them anymore and I'm moving out. I can sell these. So, and I get that for $20 and double my money. So there's a lot of different reasons why that one would do well. You're getting a lot of different people interested in that.
I love the value prop of this channel anyway. You know what I mean? Like most board games, you think you have to have a whole bunch of people. And, with everything being the way it is, that's not always something that is something that can happen. Like some people just can't. So, people who love board games, like I like board games, but I like them with my friends. I didn't even realize there was a bunch you could play by yourself. Like, I don't know anything about it. So this is a really cool channel, not only for people who are fans of board games, which there's a lot, but people who are fans of board games and can't play them when their friends aren't around. So pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Or people who just don't like other people.
That's most of us. I know I don't like
introvert.
That's what Dan's doing right now. He hates us so much. He's just playing board games instead of doing this live stream because he's not here to defend himself, of course. I'm just doing a bit of a research here and seeing if there's any other channels that are doing a good job of this or the thumbnail style.
Listicles.
Yeah, listicles are obviously a big thing in this space.
Smart move. It's a smart play. Listicles get clicked.
They do. I love a good listicle.
Right.
Clickable.
And while you're scrolling,
there he is.
There he is. Look at that. He made it. I said, while you're scrolling, I was saying, since your survey, your poll today was about doing your banner over, I would ask him to see if he can invest in a graphic designer, because visually the board thingy it's disturbing to me, because you have that trapped white space in between the one and the dice, and it's like if that dice can move over, it's something about it. It's just like I think he did it himself. So and then the words, I don't know. It kind of fits because it looks 80s-ish, and board games was really something that people played before they had video games. So it fits, the retro sort of font fits definitely. Don't change the retro font, but just something about the spacing just bothers my eye. But that's just me. Otherwise, it's great.
Yeah.
Nice thing here as well. He had a successful video here. Top solo board games, October 2021. Were you not able to do that for November?
Right.
In December and have a series, especially over Christmas. I mean, you've got, I'd say you probably got 10 days max to try and get
top board games to buy for Christmas. I mean, yeah, where is that video?
Top Black board Friday games to buy for your friend who likes to play board games by himself.
So many.
And I think that's also a good thumbnail as well. A good use of space there in terms of how it's presented to views. I think, and then just looking back to this one, I think that exit sign, I think it just completely froze me in the delivery of the messaging there for that one. So lots of ideas, hopefully, there for you. Board games for one.
Better thumbnail, by the way, would have been him pretending to throw it in the trash.
Or just a trash
like
bin full of board games.
Good idea. It's not too late. It's not too late. You can still do it.
That's right.
Or maybe getting one of the characters for one of the board games and ripping him off limb by limb.
Sure,
that's maybe a bit sadistic. Maybe that's just my own thoughts. Right, let's go to Twitter because we asked you to describe this time of year by the power of a GIF, meme, whatever. And did people remember what this is from?
Wait a minute.
No, am I getting blanks from everybody?
No. I'm trying to figure out if the person in the background is who I think they are.
Who do you think it is?
John Belushi
or Judge Reinhold. I'm trying to figure out which of the two.
It's like Bill Murray.
It's Bill Murray.
Yeah,
that's the other person I thought it might have been. Yeah,
and it comes from which film?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
I'm surprised here. Scrooge.
Oh yes.
Now it all clicks. Yeah,
that's like the oldest Christmas movie that I haven't seen.
I'm not sure if I've even seen that movie.
It's a bit niche. Good. It's a bit nuanced. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. But so he was a winner. Apparently nobody's watched his film, but this is from Scrooge. Was it like late 80s, early 90s? I'm trying to remember. Anyway, it's Scrooged, and Screaming Queen Gaming won the competition. So we're going to audit their channel now. They have just over 100 subscribers. And I'm just going to ask you this simple question. of the thumbnails that you can see on screen right now, which one jumps out at you most?
Squid Games.
And why is that?
It's just one person doesn't have any text. I recognize it's trending. So yeah.
Instantly relatable, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, that's reflected in the views. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that this channel turns itself into a Squid Game gaming channel, but just in terms of visual presence and intrigue and relatability, and as Jeff was saying earlier on, like on Netflix, the average user looks at a thumbnail for 1.8 seconds. We can just immediately start to interpret what this video might be about. And so that's kind of a challenge for all creators in making these types of thumbnails that are going to instantly have some sort of click with the viewer in every single thumbnail. And I feel as if that one thumbnail is like an 8 or 9 out of 10, whereas all of the others are like 3 or 4s out of 10, where I'm still looking at them 20 seconds later. And because, as you say, JJ, they've got so much text, or the layout of them isn't quite right, or I don't have familiarity with the content of a thumbnail, I'm still trying to decode it even now.
Yeah, you got to get to the point, get people to understand what it's about, have them stop the scroll, and then look at the title.
Mm-hmm.
But I did figure out that the theme they're going with is like sort of, dark, morbid, blood wash game, mortuary assistant, dead. I see it. I got it. Scream Queen also. Scream Queens is like a show about something like that. So I guess, I don't know.
So they are focusing on horror games.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Does Squid Game necessarily relate to that? I mean, I know it's the best performing video of the recent ones, but are you starting to pull your audience one way when the rest of your videos are targeting another type of audience? And then, of course, the usual, I guess, gaming focus question. I think every single video here is about a completely different game. And if you had a through line between all of them, like I could understand that maybe you're trying to get killed as quickly as possible in each horror game, or you're trying to survive each horror game without using a weapon, something that created association with your style of content might be fine. But as I understand it, it's like you're almost starting again on each different game. And so I don't know what the through line is here. Like,
can I stay alive, or how long will I stay alive, or something along those lines. Yeah, I've seen channels like that. I think there was a guy, this is a while back when I was playing Left 4 Dead, and there was a guy who used to play those types of games like Left 4 Dead and different kinds of shooting games like that with zombies and stuff, and he would just try to see how long he could get through without being killed. And he was horrible, which made it hilarious. Mm-hmm. So because he'd get killed so fast, and he's like, all right, let's start over again. And he would just keep going. These videos would be about 10-15 minutes long, but it was a lot of fun because he made it entertaining, and he didn't get like overly frustrated or rage quit. He would just laugh about it. To him, it was hilarious, and that made it funny for the viewers. So it was good.
Just looking through what they used to do, I'm seeing a little bit of Let's Play going on here. So you're not doing that necessarily anymore, which I think Dan and I would approve of. But what you're doing now, I'm not seeing the through line. I'm not seeing why I would potentially enjoy one video about blood wash and then be interested in, what is it, Building 71 or Overtime Demo. I'm not familiar with those games. How am I going to get the viewer to go from one video to the next? And I think that's the real challenge. But just this one in the middle here, this Squid Game one, just in terms of its titling and its thumbnail, just really jumps off the page.
Yeah.
That is Scream Queen Gaming. Then we'll move on to the next channel, which is 605 Bolts. Looks like another truck Jeep channel, which purely coincidence. They have 1,000 subscribers here.
Nice.
And so I guess the interesting question here is if we pitch up these two channels right next to each other. So more dirt, more distance, and 605 Bolts. this channel has 1,000 subscribers. This channel has 700 subscribers. But I guess when you look at kind of the thumbnails and the titling, the focus, which channel is almost doing a similar topic and audience better?
Yeah. So, I mean, we'd have to take a little bit more look and see what some of the rest of their videos are. But because right now we're looking at 2 boat trailer videos, which I'm like, cool, but why? You know, is this something that's serving your Ford-based audience? Because we have a Lightning on the cover, and we're seeing F-150, we're seeing you know, some different Ford stuff. Why do we have a Gen 3 Tesla charger? So I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
Yeah, so some of this is boat engine repair as well, is that right?
Yeah. Let's do a most popular. Let's see kind of what's going on there.
So it says he's working on
Cars
he or
and
she's working on
boats.
cars. You have a 2001 Ford Lightning. Okay. Let me see most popular.
Merc Cruiser, okay. Firehawk. Merc Cruiser.
Oh, I know why the stuff that's more popular is popular. I think they're catching surge traffic of people trying to figure stuff out.
Oh yeah,
Feels
for sure,
like that, doesn't it?
Yeah. And Merc Cruiser is, you're not going to find a lot of people that know how to deal with that kind of stuff. For those that aren't familiar, Merc Cruisers are marine. So when I used to be in high performance automotive sales, that was one of the brands that we used to have to work with. Outdrive, yeah. So they're doing looks like they got a lot of views from a lot of the marine stuff. Interesting. And then they were doing some Ford Lightning stuff as well, but it seems to be a little, I guess it's Ford, you know, there's a lot of different Ford stuff, but I don't think the same person that's looking for how to tear down a Merc Cruiser is going to be looking for maintenance on a Ford Lightning. Those are 2 different people. So I think more than anything else, it's really, even though they're focused on repairs and sort of automotive repair or marine repair, my only issue here is that it needs to be focused in a little bit tighter to really make sure that they have to keep kind of have that mindset shift of who's the audience, who am I making videos for, and are they going to come back for this next video if I just made a video about my truck and the next video is about repairing a boat engine?
Yeah, I think it results in this type of thing where you just have some videos that don't do anything, like 80 views. I'm sure that's not really hitting your audience at all, really. So this Merc Cruiser thing here, I keep seeing this.
Yeah, that was their most viewed video too, was on the Merc Cruiser.
So whenever that's in the title, they're getting quite a consistent view count, like 800, 600, 400, 600.
So that's the niche, right?
Yeah. So I guess just imagine if this like 2,000, 6,000, just imagine if you almost rebranded this channel to be more come on, let's think of a water reference. So hang on, is that the car? I'm getting confused now. Is a Merc Cruiser a car, right?
No,
it's a boat.
It's a boat. Mm-hmm.
So more power, more wake. I'm sure you could think of a better channel now.
But yeah, no, I get what you're saying though. Like, because what Rob's sort of alluding to here is if we rebranded and went pure automotive based on the success of the videos that are, or sorry, more marine based on the success of the marine based videos, then you wouldn't have to worry about having this peakiness in the videos per se, because you would build on momentum. When your marine videos do better than your automotive videos, then you're going to be building momentum of good videos and decent views, where the automotive stuff should be shifted to a different channel that's automotive only. So that's the thing you have to remember. Not everybody, even though this person can do both, not every person who's into automotive is into marine. I'm one of those people. I'm into cars. I could care less about boats and marine. That's just who I am. So if every video or every other video was one boat, one marine, one automotive, I would probably end up finding a different channel that sticks to automotive.
I would guess that this channel ranking on occasion for this search term. Come on, you're probably here somewhere. And if not, then just imagine if you did fully pivot and took a look at these channels that have current positioning in the search terms, how you could start to become quite an authority on it.
Yeah, because those are older too.
Yeah, they are as well. So there's plenty of updating potential here as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that's probably something that they would want to think about, is which way they want to go. But this channel seems like, being that most of the views are coming from the marine stuff, I would probably rebrand this one and just put the marine stuff on this channel, and then start moving the automotive, whether it's Lightning or, you know, the other Ford vehicles, onto a different channel, and leave the marine stuff off of that channel, and really just aim it. Think about who's watching these videos and aim it at that person.
That is 605 Bolts. We'll move on to the next channel. That is Edible Fitness. I assume it's videos every Sunday and Thursday. They've just cracked 1,000 subscribers. JJ, I think this is another one picked by you. I'm asking the question, why do we have anime characters?
Yes.
Food, and then some fairly buff chap doing a bit of workout in the channel banner.
Yeah, that was the first thing. I was like, what's up with the channel banner? And he has a wonderful opportunity, because one thing, it's cooking does really well. And then when there's a man cooking, you kind of like stand out in the niche of cooking already. So you have a really wonderful opportunity to really, do really well with this channel. So the banner, that was the first thing I was like, good thing this is Change Your Banner Week on VidIQ. So I do like the fact you say Sundays and Thursdays. I don't know. I didn't look at your cadence to see if you're sticking through it and being honest with that. But I love that, because that keeps you honest. It keeps you like, I'm going to do it because I told my audience Sunday and Thursdays. And also people subscribe to channels when they know, they're going to get that sort of content on a certain week. My kids, for example, they know there's a new video by their favorite YouTuber released a certain time, and they come home and they throw their book bags down because they know that's going to come. So that's why people subscribe. So that's why I like telling people, if you can, no pressure, put that you're going to do videos every once in a while on there. But otherwise, that's good. Your thumbnails are just so busy. I would for food, what does well, if you look at other food channels, what does really good is when they just take a really good quality photo of the food and blow that up. Some of your food is not placed well. They're far back. Get some good lighting, get some photography. But in your videos, when I looked at it, you do have good video of your food. So you know how to do it. It's just you don't transfer what you do on the video. Oh, that blueberry. Stop that blueberry muffin. How to make the most delicious vegan blueberry muffin. Yeah, right there to the left. Like that, just the blueberry, the sliced piece close up. That's good. Even the Japanese chazuke is not too bad. It's just with food, especially with the food audience, the foodie people, food photography is really important to get people intrigued. The Korean fried chicken photo, that's good. Like just bring that up. And I do think that you could be in the thumbnails. It's just make sure that it's high resolution, and then make sure you look good, because you're with the skin complexion. Sometimes I can't see the facial expressions. I'm looking for one that is really good. Actually, is eggplant a fruit? That is the best coloring of you and your thumbnail. If you could just bring that up a little bit bigger, have the food, and that's it. That really is it, because people are going to say, this is food. I'm going to learn how to do this, and this guy's going to teach me it. And like, oh, can this guy cook? You know what I mean? So you create some sort of intrigue from the fact that you're telling people how to make healthy food. And then I'm going to, I'm this buff guy. Yeah, I'm making, it's not necessarily too novel, but it is novel in this space. So that's what I have for you to start, guys.
There is a real contrast in thumbnails here, isn't it? In that when it's just an image of a food, it looks quite striking, quite tasty. Like the donuts here are very appetizing. Mm-hmm. But as soon as the creator tries to get themselves in the thumbnail, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. I mean, like a male cooking channel, food channel, that seems unique in itself. But it just seems so crowbarred and forced in, and dare I say it, a little bit tacky when he tries to get himself in. It just doesn't really fit the general standard of a thumbnail.
I agree. I think you have to focus on the food. If you do put yourself in there, just put yourself down in a corner if you want to, just because if someone's clicking. But other than that, I think that. And then in terms of the video quality, I did get a chance to click at your video. They do well. The one that does the best, the kimchi pancakes. Do more of that, because you have the transitions. You move. You show like I wish you would do more over the head if that's possible. I don't know how the people do that. The camera, they sit like the tech channels when they film it over top, and a lot of food channels that does well because I can see you. And I do like that you put the ingredients on the screen. If you can put like the actual the ingredients number, like 4 cups, whatever, would be great. And I don't like the font that you use when you put it on. And this is not just me being picky. I just really it doesn't fit. Like sometimes the food looks really good, looks high end, it looks very like aesthetically pleasing, and then the font you choose is kind of like Times Roman. It's like elementary schoolish. It's almost like it doesn't fit at all with the aesthetic of this meal that you're preparing. So so that's just something to think about. And I don't know, take it with a grain of salt. But yeah.
I got a very simple question for whoever wants to try and answer this. Who is this channel for?
That was my question coming into this too, because I'm not sure. So I see snacks, kimchi, I see buff guy, I see vegan, I see donuts, I see things that compete against themselves.
Yeah.
Great gift ideas for athletes right next to donuts. And I'm like, this.
You've summed up the channel right there.
You know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to be honest about it, that's a channel that is going to have a difficult time growing if that's the strategy. I think is really what it comes down to, in my opinion. Listen, by the way, YouTube sometimes surprises you, and there's some stuff out there.
True, yeah.
And you're like, well, I don't know how they got there, but they're there. Anything can happen on YouTube. I'll just put that out there. But in my opinion, you have a challenging scenario going the way you're going.
Go ahead, JJ.
Oh, no. Now I was just going to say, I love that point, Travis, and I didn't even notice it. But when I looked at your about section and I saw food fitness, I assumed it was like eating fitness through eating, like you can lose weight, but through food. So that's your theme, then stick with that. I didn't even notice, like, good point, good catch there, all the gift ideas for athletes and the best gingerbread brownies. I was like, that's not necessarily healthy, unless you're going to say this is a healthy version of gingerbread brownies.
Yeah. And we don't get that, though. We don't get that. Like, if it is what looks to be a gluttonous snack, but actually it's the way I've made it is really healthy, that's not communicated. And I feel if it is, then we're losing that in the messaging.
Yep. Exactly.
Travis, I almost want to, I almost have an inspiration of saying, like, what is the definition of a channel that lacks audience, target audience? And it's like, just look at these two thumbnails right next to each other. It's
pretty much
on the surface, it feels like a really good example. We might be wrong. We might get into the videos and actually, okay, I can see the through line here. But the thumbnail and the title, which is what everybody sees, I'm losing that potential messaging right there. That is then edible fitness. I guess I'll just sort by most popular just to see what maybe pushed them over 1,000 subscribers. Oh, now this is interesting. All of their most popular videos is where they're just like, what is an ingredient almost? I'm wondering why they
got away from it.
Types of videos, yeah.
And I mean, this could be a channel. What is this and how to use it and what is this, and then do a video after that for like, here's the strategy. You do what is your UB, and then do a bunch of videos about with that as an ingredient, and use yuzu and do a bunch, and then now you have this natural binging session where someone might Google what is a yuzu or whatever it is, and they come into it, and then in the video while you're explaining, you go, and I have 3 recipes for you after in this video. So what are you going to do? You're probably going to watch those videos. Now you're in their watch history. Now recommendations come up, and now so on and so forth.
And then maybe if you want to add the healthy vibe to it, like you include a number is just a calorie count of like what are chia seeds. They're really good for athletes because there's like 1 calorie per 7 grams or whatever. Just again, thinking about a potential target audience.
And see, and notice how what you said, he has a food, he's in there, but not so prevalent, but the food is big. And these thumbnails are much better than the busier ones that he's been doing recently.
I still think the way he's positioned is just all wrong. I feel it's almost like he just wants to get himself in a thumbnail, and it doesn't matter how he does it. He's just going to stick himself in there with that. It's
a very savage thing to do.
a little bit. Maybe I guess it's because there's no what's the right? It's very flat. There's no like foreground, background type of thing. I think he needs to position himself left or right of the fruit or whatever, or make the decision to not be included. Because I still feel as if the thumbnails where he's not in the thumbnail are very powerful. But again, going back to the idea of a male cook, chef, channel, I think there's also some unique value proposition there as well. But I think, as you say, Travis, you know, there are many different things that happen on YouTube, and this is a channel where, you know, there are certain things that we're pushing them towards that are hopefully going to see their audience unify a little bit versus where we are now with the channel. So that is edible fitness. I think we are just at the top, well, just past the top of the hour. So we'll take a quick break. And when we come back, it is time for Jeff's favorite section of the live streams. And you'll find out what it is very soon.
Introducing Daily Ideas from VidIQ. AI designed for those that have to create. Inspired by the creators that start working when others stop. Because their inspiration doesn't care for 9 to 5. Creators that push their ideas 1 step, even 3 steps beyond the obvious, and won't ever settle for anything less. Discover AI-generated ideas made for your channel only, the creator whose brain works like nobody else's. Newly refreshed every single day, because we know how much it hurts to get caught sleeping on a trend. And there's nothing sweeter than waking up to a view count you didn't dare dream of. So we made View Prediction. See all your opportunities ranked by their potential to get you more views. When your creativity and our algorithm work together, surprising things happen. And this is just the start. The power of artificial intelligence is in your hands, and we can't wait to see what you create. Daily Ideas from VidIQ. AI-powered inspiration, inspired by you.
Yes, that is Daily Ideas. And just to give you an insight into what it's suggesting for us on the VidIQ channel today, we are looking at suggestions such as whether or not you should delete videos, common mistakes new YouTubers make. I'm actually making a video on that. It's going to get released on Thursday, actually. How to find trending topics on YouTube. So as you can see, it's looking at our channel history, and it's suggesting up to 50 ideas every single day. And the best news is you can get all of this as part of our free trial. If you are a VidIQ user, but you've never unlocked all of the tools, such as Daily Ideas, Channel Audit, Keyword Research, then if you use a coupon code audits in the checkout area of VidIQ when you're making a purchase, it will give you 30 days of full access. If you want more details on this, do make sure to check out the description in the live stream. And yeah, 30 days free if you are a brand new customer here at VidIQ. But for now, let's go to this. But before we actually use it, Jeff, we need to do this.
Nice.
That was literally done on your behalf, Jeff.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That was Dan's Christmas present, another Christmas present to you. This is how it works. We have this form that you no doubt have been filling in for the last hour. The links are in the description if you want to add your name to it. And we have, as you can see, about 440 submissions today. We divide it by gaming channels and non-gaming channels, just to make sure that we have a nice mix of channels that we can look at. And the first one we're going to pick out here, I think, is a gaming channel. We'll do that first since we've mostly been looking at non-gaming channels. And that is channel number 56. I type that number in here and then I get their channel name. And we are getting these first impressions. We don't know what we're about to come across. Hopefully we can offer you some advice and wisdom. And the first channel we are looking at here is Wiki XD. I think this is the second channel banner we've seen where they're promising edibles.
What is going on with all these subscribing? You get like sweets. What is this?
It's Mr. Beast, dude.
It's the
If you go to Mr. Beast's channel, you'll see his banner.
He changed it to cookies and stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's last time I saw it. It said subscribe for a cookie.
Oh,
it's been like that for a week.
I know it's like subscribe and I'll do something, but I've never seen him do like cookies, and that's interesting. Okay.
Wiki XD then. I am seeing predominantly YouTube shorts and a bit of Rick rolling going on here. So sensing some dank memes, but also I am seeing Minecraft stuff. And there are a few videos here which have broken out, like 1,000 views here, 16,000 views here. And the common theme just in these two videos were, what if you blank in Minecraft? So there is a potential through line for a video topic that gives you a bit of differentiation against other competing Minecraft channels, of which there are probably hundreds of thousands at this point. So I would be taking inspiration from what you've done in these two videos and make a series of like 20 to 30 videos. Like, what if blank happened in Minecraft? And then you could maybe do what if blank happened in blank. You go to the Roblox side of gaming because there's perhaps a little bit of crossover. That would be my general advice for this channel. Anything else from our crew here?
Always channel focus.
So that sounds like you are agreeing with me there, Travis.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. It's just kind of one of those deals where they kind of went a little left with the Rickroll stuff. But I mean, I get it. You maybe wanted to do something a little bit different, but I would really go ahead and stick with the Minecraft stuff and do something useful for the viewers, the way that BlockFacts and some of the other guys have done. Something that actually serves the community and serves the viewers.
This what if concept is slapping you in the face almost, with the most popular videos on your channel. And there's so many ways you can take that direction of content. You just need to ensure that the messaging in the title is what's there. I think as much as anything to help YouTube with their shorts recommendations, I think maybe having that in each of the titles is going to help serve it up to the next person who's swiping through the shorts content. And yeah, with it being shorts, there's not much point in using custom thumbnails or anything like that. Posting schedule, you're doing quite a lot of videos as well. So all of these were in the last 24 hours, like these last 7 videos. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that. I don't think there's an upper limit to how many shorts you should be posting. I think it's just posting similarly themed shorts on a regular basis to see if you can build up a core audience with those 400 subscribers who probably have subscribed for this what if stuff in Minecraft. All right, I think I have successfully navigated that channel almost exclusively by myself. So I'm going to pick out the next channel and then I'm going to zip up my lips and JJ, Travis, and Jeff can tackle it. And it is a science experiment channel. I don't know the last time we looked at a channel like this. So what are your first impressions? Throwing it over to Travis, Jeff, and JJ.
Oh, banner's so busy. It's a lot of stuff. The banner just seems like it's a lot. I see where you're going with it. You have homemade science experiments. I think that just needs to say it, and you don't even need all of these little blocks of, yeah.
I like the will the cup break because you can't even see the cup. So you had to put an arrow that is not incredibly clear either to show you where the cup is. The cup should be so obvious that it's falling or something that you shouldn't have to point it out. Like it's so busy. That background curtain or whatever is so busy.
Sorry, are you still looking at the channel banner or one of the thumbnails?
Oh, I'm looking at the third video.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right. I'm with you now.
That backdrop is killing it.
Those curtains are not for YouTubing.
Nope.
No. Yeah.
To stand in front of a wall would have made more sense because then it wouldn't have been as confusing. Because I can't tell that he's got something in his hand, and it's so small. The camera is so far that it's like, come on, we got to get that a little bit closer. We got to come up with a different way of doing that where you can get a little bit closer to the subject. Like the first one, the energy transfer, how it's much closer to him, but even then, the background is still very busy. And it still makes that thumbnail is still very confusing to me. So this is just, probably just, just some mistakes I need to be kind of cleaned up because some of the other thumbnails are much simpler and they seem to have gotten the job done a little bit better.
This is very low hanging fruit to solve this, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Just use a plain background for your experiments. Don't use that curtain if you can. But yeah, it's funny how some of these thumbnails are just chaotic because of the color scheme, and then others are very, very basic without any text. I think as well in these more basic ones, we could definitely zoom in on each of these, really get into the ball here, and this reflect, just, the refracting light here. Your thumbnail should essentially be cropped, I would say. You probably want the hand in, but just like that is probably the extent of a thumbnail that you want it to be.
And then, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying, then maybe, and that's your homework assignment. It's a big task, but to zoom in on the item that's on the thumbnail, use a background remover. There's so many free ones out there, and then find one solid color or 2-3 colors, brand colors for your channel, and make that cohesive. And I think that's it. That'll automatically fix your thumbnails, because it's great to have what's going to be in there, I guess, because people are like, oh, that's interesting, yeah, the balloon, the one that sticks out the most as you're scrolling, Rob, is the one that says baking soda and carbon dioxide gas. That's common. Everyone sees that one, and they know what that is. So if you just have that, blow that up, remove the background colors, and boom, you're gonna see your views, I think, go up too.
Yeah. That's what I want to focus on here. This is obviously, I think, a younger creator, perhaps maybe still in school, and they're showing other people how you can do these things at home. They have 1,600 700 subscribers already. View counts are relatively healthy. You've got hundreds of views per video in most cases, and there's a clear through line. I think this is where I'm really going to stress. Everything looks good apart from the thumbnails. I think if you improve the thumbnails by making them more striking, zoomed in a bit more, less text, removing that horrible curtain background, you can increase your click-through rate by 2 or 3 percentage points, which is significantly going to increase your audience. So it's almost like a very obvious bottleneck that just needs to be fixed, and it's going to be taking your channel to the next level.
Even if these are screen grabs, which a lot of them look like screen grabs, there's no reason why you can't download said screen grab and crop it in. That's really what it comes down to. And I think something that people tend to forget, or just maybe we just don't know what we don't know, is how much of YouTube's viewership is coming from mobile devices, and why you should be making these thumbnails as viewable as possible. Why we say punch in on what it is to make it very easy to understand. But that's something that you definitely would want to do. It's definitely low-hanging fruit here, and it is not difficult. For anybody who thinks that some of these thumbnails, making them is hard, there's free apps. I, to this day, at 70,000 subscribers, still make all of my thumbnails on a mobile device using free apps. I use the camera on my phone. I use Snapseed to make the photo look better, and then I use an app called Fonto to add the text. But it's really about optimizing it, learning how to punch in on it, making sure you're taking those pictures. If you want to put text, make sure you leave space on the side for said text. So this is stuff that you can learn and get better with over time, but you don't need Photoshop. You don't even need Canva or any of that kind of stuff.
Jeff, we should get you on the channel, and you should do a tutorial on how you do it on a mobile app, because I am
do it for free.
You can do that. What I would say to the creator is, once you've got your title, or like the general science experiment, just do a search for it, and then look at the thumbnails, because the one about refracting light, I would say this is the closest thumbnail to what you have, and try and recreate this. I don't expect you to make a thumbnail as good as this yet, but I feel as if this is a thumbnail that's similar to yours, but at a much higher clickable sense than the one we have here. Yeah, I can see elements there, but there's just so much wasted space in this thumbnail that you could take it a lot further. So that is Lenin's science experiments, and I feel as if there's a lot of promise in this channel with what we've discussed. Let's move on to the next one. We're going to have another look at a gaming channel.
The Claw.
The Claw is back. Yes. 1, 3, 1. Also, thank you, by the way. We now have more likes than people watching. So we've broken YouTube as well.
Sweet.
So good to know.
Take that, algorithm.
280 people watching, 335 likes. Go figure. All right, Professor Cow. So we're subscribing for chocolates on this one. Everybody's giving so much away these days. Looks like they're a newish channel. Let's have a look. Started September the 1st. Okay. So Minecraft, but as they knew there was a Squid Game craze going on, they tried to tie in some of their content to Minecraft. Nice. I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea. For a channel that's made 5 videos, for your first 4 to get 50 views or above, I think is good progress. Very good progress.
Agreed. I like the thumbnails. They're, I don't know.
Yeah, thumbnails are a pretty good standard, aren't they, for a relatively new channel?
Yeah.
I think what we're seeing here is a little bit of text, some main characters of the video, and then establishing it in a Minecraft world by having maybe Minecraft scenery in the background, but they've kind of blurred it out a little bit so that they've got that separation between foreground and background, which is good to see as well.
Yeah, even then, because they're using some busier backgrounds, and even then it does help it stand out.
Yeah, still a little bit busy, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit on the busy side, but that's fine. This is just optimization, considering that they don't have a ton of videos in yet. This is stuff that can definitely be improved over time for sure.
And so you did a couple of videos about playing, how to play something in something, be it Squid Games in Minecraft, Hypixel in Minecraft, some tutorial stuff, not a bad idea. And then this video has just gone live literally an hour ago, so we can't really judge that one yet. So I think the strategy is there. I guess what I would be asking you is that generally gaming channels tend to have a high cadence of publishing in terms of maybe doing 1 or 2 videos a week. Feels as if you're at maybe 1 every 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Is there a way to commit to a little bit more consistency? Again, I don't know if life's going to get in the way of that. I don't want you to burn yourself out. But it feels as if you've got the momentum here. You've got videos that are getting nice views, and you've got 64 subscribers again, which is pretty good for 5 videos. You're probably going to hit 100 subscribers in the next couple of months. Is there a way to just give the audience a little bit more of what they can potentially watch?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of a difficult thing to do in a short amount of time. I mean, just a little amount a month out to have so many videos close to 100 views, which is very difficult on YouTube, especially when you're first starting out. To get a video to 100 views is a big thing,
and consistently as well. They're all getting
absolutely
similar amount of views.
Yeah, I mean, this is cool. So continue with it. Obviously, they did one an hour ago. Again, I tell you about these channels that are releasing videos while we're live. I told you about this, right? Or Savage said something about this last week.
That's right, he did. Look at that.
How dare you?
Look at the engagement already as well. 58 views, 13 likes, 14 comments. I think these are all really positive signs for a channel so small.
Yes, indeed.
So more of the same. And please
Good
send us
start.
Yeah, I think consistency is going to be key here. So the Claw.
Channel 109 from the Claw, sponsored by El Jefe Reviews.
That's right.
Let's see what channel we have here. This is a non-gaming channel. They go by the name of Giana and Nessa, and they're a lifestyle, home, beauty, and vlogs channels. A lot of things to maybe a few different people.
A lot of Christmas stuff. I like it. Get it in there while you can. This is the time. Strike while the iron's hot or cold in December.
Right. They're doing Vlogmas, but they're not doing daily Vlogmas.
Yeah, we did one.
That's okay.
Enough of that. Shenanigans. I'm out.
That's right.
I don't like the white border on the thumbnails at all. It seems, I don't know, but less is more. I'm always about less is more. Like if you're gonna do your face and then the font with the, oh my goodness, the font with the black outline that just makes it harder to read. Just abandon that if you can. You have enough videos on there that you can still. It's not too late to swap that out. If you did this in Canva and you still have the templates, go in there and take that thing because it makes it hard to read. So full face or glossier, if you just made that black, don't make the pink, take the pink out altogether. That's good enough. And then I think that's the glossier lip skin tint or something. Make that bigger. I see you have your face in there. That's fine, but it's like I don't know what those two little tubes are. I assume that's tint. But if I'm looking at this on a desktop and I can't see it what it is, it doesn't need to be in there. So yeah. What is monochromes? What is that?
Interesting. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that offset shadowing on the text either. They could just do a black stroke if they needed to, and it would look a lot better.
I feel as if this, what would I call it, a pastel pink or brown, just feels like it's too much of a neutral color, but it blends into so many other colors. It's almost like the opposite of adding punch to a thumbnail. Now, I know some beauty channels do this and then are able to really emphasize the punchiness in what's in the foreground. But I don't know, these are just things where the creator is experimenting with thumbnails and they haven't just quite got it right. You know, they're making custom thumbnails. They're trying to position themselves correctly in the thumbnails. Just like there's almost like 50 or 60 different tiny tweaks that would make these thumbnails so much better.
Plus there's a lack of contrast in it because like if you look at full face of Glossier, the background color and the color of the font are extremely similar.
Yeah.
So it's like, not to say that it's hard to read, but it's one of those things where they're trying to fix that by using the shadow. But had you just used a complementary color, you wouldn't even needed the shadow. So I get it. And I think sometimes we fall into this trap of trying to make our thumbnails look good to ourselves instead of looking at what people are actually clicking on in this niche and seeing, oh, that's what people are doing when they're doing these types of videos. So something that would make a bit more sense.
I had a sense of creators in the space maybe using a similar color scheme, but look at how this creator is able to contrast themselves against that background.
They went lighter, yeah.
And then it looks like her channels, she's honed in or niched down because that's all she a lot of her videos on Glossier reviews, the monochromes, the full face Glossier, the cloud paint. Seems like that's a niche of a niche of a niche in the makeup world.
Which, you know, given some of the view counts here, I think that, you know, there's a bit of data supporting that. So I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with that right now. It is still early in the creator's journey there. That I think they've got time to. I mean, there's some outliers here. Huge Glossier haul, Glossier balm, 2 videos, almost 1,000 views. That's interesting to me as somebody who has 25 videos on their channel.
Yeah.
And then the bathroom renovations.
Oh, so where was that? Bathroom renovations.
Look at the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. In a similar style.
Yeah. That's for a different channel. That's for a totally different channel. So yeah, if we're going to be doing skincare, makeup, definitely stick with that. The other stuff, put that on a different channel. Because I don't want to be that person that stifles your creativity. All creators are multifaceted people. You know what I mean? We all have different things we're into. Travis likes to talk about a lot of tech, but Travis is hardcore into gaming. So that's the thing. Like myself, I'm big into headphones and music, but I love Lego. But you're not going to see me putting Lego videos on my channel anymore. So, but that's one thing where we want you to focus. Yeah, Rod knows what I'm talking about because I've got hidden Lego videos on my channel. So,
and when you scrolled over her video and I saw the video quality, so your video quality seems like it's really good, Ma, like right there. So it's good. You're on the right track. Again, I think this is just a thing of fixing. Yeah. This is just a thing of fixing your thumbnails, and you'll probably be on your way. You're like to get rid of the border, work on your contrasting thing. So I think you're on your way. Personally, yeah.
The video quality itself looks good.
Yeah, it does actually. Very good. So it's the thumbnail that's they're holding you back again. So as I've mentioned just a little earlier, I spend twice as long on making the thumbnail, but that doesn't necessarily mean you make it more complicated. You should actually make it half as complicated, but you're just spending a lot of time making sure that pretty much the thing that everybody sees has a better chance of being clicked. Because ironically, for most creators, and I'm very guilty of this, the first thing that everybody sees is the last thing you make as a creator.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to condition myself to re-engineer the way I make my videos. I know, Jeff, you're a big proponent of this. You go into huge detail on like creating multiple titles, multiple thumbnails before you even start recording, because your recording process is pretty extensive. You know, you go into a lot of detail. So you want to make sure that you've got the pitch right before you even start.
Right.
I'm correct there, right?
Yep. Yeah, I want to make sure that I have some forethought put into it, and this is something that I'll even bring up in our coaching sessions that we do with some of our customers, is to sort of shift that mindset into doing a little bit of research and getting that title ready and getting your vibe ready before you turn on the camera. You want to have your title ready, your thumbnail ready. You know, you want to have multiple titles if possible, and that way you know what kind of energy to bring to that video. Because if I make a video that's just a general iPhone 12 review, and then I call it why I'm not buying the iPhone, and I never talk about why I didn't buy it, then that's a clickbait title. But if I already know the title beforehand, why I'm not buying the iPhone, then I'm going to start off my video with that vibe of, hey, my name is Jeff, and here's 5 reasons why you shouldn't buy a new iPhone. And I have that whole vibe going through that video because that's the energy that I'm bringing to it. So a little bit of forethought can go a long way in getting your message across.
And the main reason you shouldn't buy an iPhone is because when you remove an app from the home screen, it reorders all of your apps. I talked to Jeff about this during our strategy days, and it drives me bonkers.
Yep.
Folks, if you want an extra opportunity to get picks for a channel audit, subscribe right now. And in a couple of minutes, you'll realize why I've asked you to do that. But in the meantime, we will pick one more channel from the claw, which is going to be another gaming channel. I do wonder what is going to be offered to us this time if we subscribe to their channel. Is it going to be cookies? Is it going to be hot dogs? Is it going to be candy? Let's find out.
I'm aiming for corn nuts.
Kiwi.
Kiwi.
Not even a kiwi.
Food.
Subscribe for kiwi.
It's a missed opportunity here.
Okay. Well, this channel, I look at it and I say, hello, there's some interesting stuff going on here. 800 subscribers. But that hides phenomenal view counts.
That's insane view counts, like weirdly high view counts.
Yeah. Let's try and work out why might this channel be getting tons of views. I'll let someone else go first to try and maybe pick out the obvious thing.
I'm assuming trending topic of Fortnite Chapter 3, but also how to level up, easily get level 100. That's another way to do it.
The instantly thing is
hang on, how old is this channel?
This channel like 9 days old.
26. Oh, blimey.
Good goobly goo.
Okay. Has this channel,
is this another channel or something?
Yeah, really I'm figuring like, this channel seems to know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen channels like this before. I actually spoke to one of our customers who has done like multiple channels in a sense like this, where they come out and they just hit strong and they're doing tutorial content on trending games. Like I think one of them was Genshin, another one was Call of Duty Mobile, and he had multiple channels and it's all about the latest updates, how to level up easily, how to do your loadouts easily, and explaining them very quickly. And these channels were just, and it's search. I mean, it's heavy search content.
Yeah. It's pretty insane growth for 9 days.
Yeah.
It's interesting when you look at the thumbnails here, right? The first one has this level up style. I would almost call it branding. This is like this is their channel branding here. This concept of a level up numbers, a second channel. Okay.
Second channel, yep.
And this video did well, and the next one did well. These two videos just didn't really do anything at all, and maybe they're like completely different thumbnails, completely different topics almost. Then they start to narrow themselves down into this maxing level or high levels. Mm-hmm. And now every single thumbnail has that through line. You know, it doesn't matter whether you're a gaming channel, a cooking channel, a fitness channel. Within like 3 seconds after looking at these thumbnails, I pretty much had an idea what this channel was about, which was how to, as Jeff said, how to level up in Fortnite. And we got that instantly. So I know if I'm in the right place or not. And I think from a YouTube perspective, if the thumbnails are being clicked and they're getting high audience retention, then YouTube's going to find an audience for this content. So I can see this channel continuing to grow very fast.
Oh, yeah.
And basically, Kiwi guy, you should be telling people how you did this. Not necessarily in a video, but I don't know where we can go with this. The channel is just dominating.
In 9 days, you should not be able to get
back
tens of thousands of views in a day or so. It's like there's the chances of that are very, very, very small unless you're already a larger YouTuber. Which
Yeah, go ahead, JJ.
Oh no, I was gonna say I think he cracked the formula, and the formula seems to be he's got great how-to content. So if people come into YouTube searching how to get to that next level, they find his channel, they watch it because they got to watch the whole thing. He has a great view duration, so that signals audience satisfaction to the YouTube algorithms, and then they say, okay, this is great. And then each person that comes, eventually it starts getting recommended. It gets to browse, and it goes from search to browse to recommended because it's satisfied that query. When the how-tos, all the ones that are how-tos, that's how he looks like how he cracked it.
This channel is growing so fast that they haven't even got the community tab yet, even though they have over 500 subscribers.
Wow.
And you know, we were talking about how these what was the channel? Have I deleted it? Yeah, the truck channel, which had marine motors on. Now, whether they should pivot to just marine motors, even though it sounds very niche. Well, this is an example of somebody who's gone very niche within the level up concept in Fortnite and nothing else. And YouTube is finding an audience for this. And not only that, this proves that if you are a creator who knows how to build an audience and how to get people to watch your content, you can start today and build an audience. It's not too late to start. And these channels that have already been successful are proving that. I don't know if are you still here, Jeff, or has he just dropped out for a second?
Yeah, the good
just dropped out.
He
was just mentioned now. I think this person is in a chat. So I don't know what I would suggest to this channel. I think you're a template for growing. Continue what you're doing. Start to leverage the community tab when you have it. I don't know. Maybe you could try videos that are longer than 10 minutes, just as an experiment. I'd be curious to know whether you can keep an audience's attention for longer, and how that may continue to build authority within this topic. But it feels like you've pretty much got everything nailed on. Yeah,
I would when I see channels like this that are doing abnormally well, I'm very hesitant to have them change anything.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. So that is Kiwi Guy. Oh, Jeff's back. Hey, how you doing, Jeff?
Sorry about that. We had a
glad to have you back.
Bit of situation.
No problem. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn on subscriber chat only, which means that in order to chat, you have to be subscribed. The reason I'm doing this is we're going to have a little competition here whereby if you put hashtag channel audits in the chat, we're going to start collecting these comments and we're going to audit one of the channels from the chat. So I'm just going to make sure this works. I'm going to make sure it starts collecting entries. First of all, hashtag channel audits. Write that in the chat. Please, let's have some entries. All right, so we've got 7 entries. We'll come back to that in a few moments. Let's just get as many people as we can in that competition, and we will choose. Thanks, Jeff. We'll choose another channel from the list. If my internet works, there we go. And I think we may have audited the channel before. Occupy Music. The name is familiar to me, but not the channel banner or the channel icon. So maybe this is a new channel to us.
Oh, like one of those music channels. I can tell because the circle indicates music to me for some reason.
It does, yeah. It's like one of those what's it called? How do I describe it? Pulsating, like a pulsating circle as the music's playing.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, this is really interesting. So that second video premieres tomorrow, and there was Savage last week did a whole thing about premiering a video only to wait for a 2-minute video, and that's, I think it really stands the reason here that most of these videos are 2 and 3 minutes. Can you imagine waiting 2 or 3 days for a 2-minute video on a channel that you're not really familiar with? At this point, when you're trying to grow, just put the videos out. just get them out there. The longer that they're out there and they can soak and find the right viewers, the quicker you're going to grow. Premiering something for what will likely be one person at most is you're just putting off your own growth. Why bother? Just go ahead and put it out there.
I wonder if
again, if it was like a 30-minute like movie or something. Okay, I guess, but it's a 3-minute thing. Like, who wants to wait through a 2.5-minute countdown for a 2.5-minute video? Like, no one wants to do that.
Yeah,
true. Hey, Rob, something was missed here in the chat about the entering the giveaway. If they enter, they shouldn't spam the chat with channel audits.
No,
because it automatically filters out.
Yeah, it does. Like, if we go to it now, we've got 150 entries, so I'm sure that's been put in a chat more than once.
Oh yeah,
it just picks it at once.
So if you're spamming, you're wasting your time.
Yeah, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. I was just wondering if anybody has ever, because you can put a trailer for a premiere. Is that right? As far as I can remember.
Yeah, you can. Imagine putting the whole song as the premiere trailer, and then
I was wondering. Or you do like an epic, like the trailer is almost like the video itself. Like you do an epic trailer, and then the actual video itself is like 2 seconds long, and it's kind of like a skit or a joke. Anyway, I'm getting distracted in my own weird and wonderful ideas of what I should try next. General advice for music channels is that it feels to me as if, especially for smaller channels, when you do shorter music, just one track, it doesn't tend to perform that well. It's better to maybe put them in a playlist of like 40 to 50 minutes so that somebody can listen to it while they're doing another task. Also, using the music genre at the beginning of the title to try and front load it with search intent is another strategy. Because I'm looking at these and I'm seeing like maybe titles, but I'm not a music aficionado or anything. I don't have a clue what type of music this is, whether it's hip hop, electronic beats, is EOM, is that a style of music? I don't know.
I think it is, or maybe it's something. Who knows? I don't know.
I think it's electronic.
I think so.
Okay, EOM beats. So when I just type in this and then I let autocomplete, I feel as if your titles should be starting with EMO beats or EMO what would be instrumental and so forth, or even doing the alphabet prick just to see what people are searching for, because it's more than likely that most of your views are going to come from search at this point.
Yeah, some compilations are definitely going to be something that would come in useful here, because I've seen it work excellent on some other channels. Like an hour long or whatever it might be of their top videos can work quite well as well. There's a missed opportunity here from Okapi.
Just do a quick search, and I'm going to search by EMO beats in the last month and see if there's any particular strategy that's been used here. Okay, so you kind of ranking. So a question might be, is EMO beats or similar something that people search for?
Could be. Probably, at least initially. But
I'm not seeing much in the search results here. I'm not seeing a big demand for it.
Interesting.
Because we would all agree that this channel is going to find most of its viewers through search, right? To begin with.
Initially, maybe. Yeah, it's hard to say. I suppose so. Unless they share it off platform or something. This is a difficult one. I'm not real sure.
How long have we been making content at this point? Let's check. So we've done
only a couple months.
A lot of content in the last 3 months, and there's nothing necessarily that's taking off right now. Most videos are 100 views or less. So I would say the strategy here is compiling some of this music into longer form. So not just a playlist of these individual tracks, but actually almost an album, 40 to 50 minute album of tracks that may go together nicely. And then thinking about your titling structure and how you might be able to get your titling structure to be a little more searchable. Who's got an appointment in 10 minutes?
I don't know, but let's get to the random thing because we're already.
Yeah, okay. So we'll get to a random thing. So we have channel audits, 171 entrants,
And they're still going.
172. Are people going to try and squeeze in there? All right, I'm going to do a countdown.
Oh God.
10, 9,
1,
8,
go.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's draw it. And fingers crossed, we draw a channel that we're going to be able to find on YouTube, because that's the one thing that's really difficult when we do this. So BBTFRG with spaces in it. Let's see if we can find this channel. Oh, first time.
Boom.
Success. They have 4,500 subscribers, which is great to see.
I like the banner.
Yeah.
Well, the issue is I will not remember this name tomorrow.
Yeah, that is, unless it stands for something. But even then, I might not the very first time. I'll go BP element OP HDMI.
I'm getting a bit of a Clash of Clans
Boom
vibe
Beach?
from the thumbnails.
Yeah, it's Boom Beach.
That is one of the free cell games, isn't it?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought that was wasn't that the one that came out before Clash of Clans? Isn't this like a decade old, this game now? Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, by all means.
Well, Boom Beach has been out for a while, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of content here. This is all content from the last couple of weeks. So they're very consistent with their gaming content. And the through line is certainly, I guess, updates and news around the game and reactions.
His how-tos do really well.
How-tos, yeah. And there's a Halloween update there. Let's sort by most popular. Yeah, so stuff in the last year was definitely the how to do, and also what I'm noticing as well here is that all of these videos on the top row are long videos, like 10 minutes or longer. Is that what you generally do? So the videos that you're doing now tend to be a little shorter, but I think anything that gets a significant amount of views tends to be, well, I'd say at least 8 or 9 minutes or longer. So I think there's certainly room to make longer content on your channel in terms of these bigger strategies. What do we think about text? Is there too much text, or does the text
Some of them,
the style?
I like the how. I think that one's pretty cool. And then of course you get 20,000 views with it. It's just real simple how with a little question, little arrow, and yeah, I mean that's of course also when you share things for free, 52,000 views over a couple of months. So yeah,
free stuff, how to's, arrow pointing at something. Those are generally the ones that always work.
Interesting. A little bit peaky sometimes, but some of them can really pick up
a little bit. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out why that might be. I mean, definitely, whenever you start a title with how to, I know this turns you very much into a search-driven channel, but that seems to be what you're geared towards, tutorials for this game. Those are the videos that seem to perform best. So I would say, if you wanted to try an experiment here, I would try for the next 5 videos, you make how-to videos on Boom Beach, generally broad, so that it appeals to a wide Boom Beach audience, and make every single one of them at least 10 minutes long. And if that means that you can't publish videos like every day, every couple of days, all right, maybe just do one a week, just as a test. Feels as if you've got a nice audience here. You're getting between 500 to 1,500 views per video. What's potentially going to take this to the next level? And I think that's where you need to start experimenting a little bit.
I love that strategy.
Thank you, Jay.
That's awesome.
Shall we pick one more? Draw again?
You better.
Sure.
People are going to riot if you don't.
All right. All right. Let's draw another one.
We can do a speed round.
I'm going to be really embarrassed if Daniel's put hashtag channel audits as a VidIQ channel. We'd have to audit ourselves. Big brain tech. Let's take a look at this one. We're still batting 1,000 when it comes to just putting in channel names and finding them, which is awesome. All right, so I get, just from the channel banner itself, I get a gaming vibe. Then from the thumbnails, I'm not sure what vibe I get.
Yeah, motorcycle junkyard, Russian military vehicle, graveyard. What? Yeah, there's unless maybe just some of these are just kind of some lack of focus or some experimentation. Some of those kind of feel a little odd.
Yeah, I'm unsure if this is trying different things and seeing what catches on, or this is literally like what they kind of want to try to do, which is just random.
Yeah.
I mean, you could almost at one point think like, oh, there's some tech there. Okay, cool, tech. But then like there's plastic in the ocean, which is not really tech. I mean, you could say, well, plastics come from tech, but that's kind of a stretch. And then how can you fix climate change? Again, that's another kind of stretch.
The Russian military vehicle graveyard, that's really a stretch.
Yeah, but if it's, so the guy says it's a tech channel, but okay, how is motorcycle junkyard near Grand Canyon a tech topic? Like, come on, man. We have to talk about channel focus. That's really what we've been talking about a lot about here on this stream today, but you really got to focus it on a certain type of tech, or if you're going to keep it in tech, keep it in tech. But if we're talking about Russian military vehicles or motorcycle junkyards or stuff like that, it's like, how is that tech?
Mostly shots as well. And just looking at the previews, my guess is this is a faceless channel that's maybe taking content from elsewhere, maybe trying to transform it.
Could be.
I'm not seeing like a host presenter or anything as of yet. I'd be interested to play one of these videos just to see, but not with sound, because sound's not going to work. But the internet is probably going to fail me as well.
So, artificial eyes, yeah, that's cool, man.
And it does look like it was taken from someplace else, because you see that we're truncated. You can see it was part of something else. I don't know what, but
yeah, it's a weird one. I actually saw a channel the other day that was just like a bunch of different news clips and stuff, and it's like, well, okay, but who are you honestly expecting to subscribe to the channel, because they don't know what they're going to get? The 10 giant animals you have to see to believe. The one person who saw that, let's say that they subscribed and they liked it, and then they see 10 remote control cars and Alexa and motorcycles, and like you're not bringing someone back with bingeable content, because it's very random. So you just have to keep that in mind. Big brain. Let's do one more, Rob. Let's do one more before we run out of time.
Yeah, just something by most popular, just seeing if there's anything here.
Look, they got junkyard. This is a junkyard channel. How come we didn't know this? Should have figured this out earlier. It's a junkyard shorts channel.
That's really bizarre. Why is the Lamborghini junkyard supercars got the airplane thumbnail? I guess it's a short, so it doesn't matter.
Because I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Is it the same video as the one before?
But yeah, I mean, you're right. So the top 5 videos have junkyards in the title.
Oh, good catch.
So you could be like the tech junkyards channel. I mean, that's focused, at least to begin with, and it's different. All right, you want me to do one more, Travis?
Do one more. We can fit one more in.
Travis is really into this random drawing stuff. Okay, let's see who we get next. It's gonna be Nani.
Anime.
All right. Let's see if we can find this channel. I'm a little more anxious about this one. Okay, so my channel. Okay, and let's just remind ourselves what the channel banner looks like. Okay, my internet is really struggling. Tell me when to stop if you see it yourself.
Nope.
You jinxed yourself. You're on the roll.
Yeah.
The name is too common.
Let's we might have to move on.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Got to come up with a name that's easier to find. And
You gotta
there's your thing. There's your audit.
pick a name that the StreamYards will be able to.
Well, no,
find.
this is no. By the way,
sorry, it's not StreamYards. Yeah.
Forget about that. Anyone who I was talking to a person yesterday, and they were surprised to find that a lot of their views come from people searching for their channel. That's actually pretty normal once you get going, because not everyone can subscribe, does subscribe. They go to the search and look for your channel name. And if this is what's happening when they're trying to find your channel, you're going to miss out on views. So you got to come up with something a little bit more unique that's easy to find.
I've scrolled through at least.
Means grandmother in some Indian language. So
in Japanese, though, it means, I think Japanese or Chinese, it means like what? Huh?
And there used to be a Portuguese footballer called Nani as well. I've scrolled through 100 channels here, and unfortunately,
sorry.
Yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. I do apologize about that, but I knew that was going to happen at some point. And I think we've been playing about with this for now. We'll definitely find this channel. Almost 100% we'll find this channel. There we go. Boom. Right at the top.
Yep.
Trendy Troilin slots. It is about
Slot.
casinos.
Yeah.
I thought it would be. Okay.
Nice. It's a nice niche. It's a really popular niche.
So just from the thumbnails alone, it looks like this is a channel where they play these video game slot machines these days.
Actually, I have a client that's literally.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, Trice. I do remember that we've maybe spoken about this in the past.
And they do pretty well.
So what is the secret behind success?
It is a really interesting thing because it's still a bit of a mystery. But I mean, some of these channels do really, really well, and the channels that grow really fast are the ones that are just spending a whole bunch of money. But
right, okay, so it's a risk. It's a jeopardy and a risk in so they're advertising the fact that they're maybe betting, I don't know, $5,000 on a slot machine or whatever.
Well, not just that, which should be unsurprising. Live streams in this niche do very well.
Yeah,
think about it, because like sports and news, you never know what's going to happen next, right? So live streams on this type of channel always does really well because you just never know. So you might want to try that if you can. And definitely look at what some of the other games on the other channels that are kind of blowing up are doing. That tends to be something because the visual nature of some of these games are what people are coming back for. And then make sure your personality's in there, because there's some couple channels that have been blowing up just based on the personality of the person.
Using emojis in the titles a big thing.
Yeah, I know about him. Lady Luck, yep, she's a big one. Brian Christopher, one of the biggest guys in the industry doing that right now, really well known. Yep.
So there's a little difference in the thumbnails here. They tend to be more focused on like a couple of symbols from the game, or like some wording as well. That's used a little bit, like maybe the logo of the game that's being played. I'm seeing that there a little bit.
Makes it recognizable.
I mean, I don't think these thumbnails are bad. There's that element of somewhat organized chaos, and there's immediate association with the game that you're playing. So they're not too bad right now.
And then also it's exciting because if you like these sort of games and you're into that thing, these thumbnails, they seem busy. They excite me. I mean, I'm not a gamer, but I mean, they're exciting. They're just like, oh, we're going to play some games. Like I have all these different games, and it just, I don't know, it's stimulating. It's visually stimulating to me. And I think to the audience that watches this type of content, it would be to them as well.
I think this is the best example of where you've tried to provide a little bit of separation between the game that you're playing and I guess the jeopardy, like you're betting $2 each spin, or like potentially the prize. I think that's done by adding this kind of red sun background almost in there, which seems to work there. Might be why it has more views than anything else. Channel banner could maybe do with a little bit of an upgrade. That feels a little basic at this point. And then also the channel avatar, because until I actually clicked into the channel, I wasn't sure if you were a vlog channel or a travel channel. And guess what, everybody? It's now 5 past the hour. I think it brings us to the end of another live streaming session for channel audits. Don't forget, everyone, that if you do want to take advantage of the VidIQ tools, and so that you can continue growing outside of this live stream, and make sure to download them and use the code audits when you're making a purchase to get 30 days free. But other than that, I think it's time to say goodbye to our wonderful, amazing community. And yeah, let's start with you, Jeff. Who are you going to say goodbye to? You can either do this what's on screen, or you can do ones from the chat.
Well, let me do this. I'll do the. You can go ahead and bring them up, but I'm gonna just say goodbye to Little Crafty Nook. Goodbye to the Artist Haven, Tish, for hanging out with us. Shout out to all the mods as usual for coming through and helping us out.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then RC Awesomeness. Bye to RC Awesomeness.
All right then, Travis, it's your turn.
Yeah, let's go. I see Kingdom in the house. We see Patient Farmer. You got to be patient if you're a farmer. Nerdy Tricks. If you're nerd, you got them tricks, like them tricks. Watkin HD. Good thing he's not an SD. He needs to get up to 4K now. And Yup Up a Beat Music City. All right now.
All right, and then it's going to be your turn, JJ. Wait, you can say goodbye to this person, saying goodbye to someone else.
I know, right? Later, Travis. Bye, Minecraft Transformers. So long, the Ghost Uncharted. Bye, guys. Mr. Firewolf Gaming. See you next time. And Mighty Ray. Oh. I'll be back.
Terminator's in the house. Yeah, I'm going to say goodbye to Stick IQ. I'm also saying Merry Christmas to Dad and Kat. Goodbye to Anmo Gaming OP, and last but not least, Creative Mindstorms. It is goodbye to you. Just as a reminder, tomorrow we will be unboxing this bad boy here, the gold play button. So do make sure to join us for that. JJ, thank you very much for joining us. As always, make sure to check out her channel from the video description, and we will see you all tomorrow.